Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, GWEL PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. The show is proudly powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, and our media partner is the Business and Financial Times, the BNFT. Now, if you want to have a grasp of all that transpired on the show tonight, make a date and grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, and you'll be able to see all that happened here on the show tonight. Tonight, we are streaming live on our social media pages. On Facebook, we are live at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are live at Port of Tema. And on YouTube, we are streaming live at Iron Port. Now, you will be getting interactive with us, and so all you have to do is sit back, relax, grab your phones, and send us your messages and comments via our dedicated WhatsApp line, which is 0538 037353. 0538 037353. Now, when the time is ripe and I pick signals from the production team, we shall activate the phone lines for you to call in and contribute to the discussion. My name is Kennedy Mona. We are going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue the show. Please stay with us.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP, Wufilia, huh? Wubefi. Goil, good energy. Ja, ya, ya.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243-690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
All right, welcome back. Now time for us to take a look at happenings in the port and shipping industry during the week. Indeed, during the week, the Port of Tema Harbours to receive 2 luxury cruise ships. We'll tell you what we know about that particular story, plus the fact that the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority also held an interdepartmental carols competition. Let's see who won and who lost.
Ghana's growing appeal as a premier destination for luxury cruises is becoming increasingly evident as the Port of Tema welcomed 2 distinguished cruise ships in successive days, showcasing the country's potential in maritime tourism. On December 14, 2024, the luxury cruise ship Crystal Symphony made a notable stop at the Port of Tema, carrying 404 passengers and 96 crew members. The vessel's extensive voyage began in Barcelona, Spain, passing through Morocco before reaching Ghana. Measuring 238 meters long, Crystal Symphony is renowned for its world-class amenities and intimate cruising experience. Following its brief stop in Ghana, the ship set sail for Walvis Bay, Namibia, and will eventually arrive at Cape Town, South Africa. Right on the heels of Crystal Symphony's departure, the Port of Tema welcomed the seaborne sojourn on Monday. This marked the vessel's second visit to Ghana. Before Tema, the cruise ship made a prior stop at the port of Takoradi, offering tourists unique short excursion options to explore the country's rich cultural and historical attractions. On board were 251 passengers and 283 crew members, enjoying the comfort of the 198-meter-long luxury vessel. After its Tema stop, Seaborne Sojourn charted its course to Sao Tome and Principe, continuing its journey to the southern Cape of Africa. The Iron Port team had the opportunity to tour some of the world-class facilities and interacted with some of the tourists aboard the luxury cruise ships.
Well, they treat you like family.
They only have 2 ships, 2 small ships. So anytime we get on board, we always know people from previous cruises. So that makes it very nice. You get on board immediately, you have friends, have dinner.
And you know the staff.
Yeah.
And we've seen most of the places, and so we go because we like the ship and we like the people.
Yeah. We've been around the world many times, so we've been just about everywhere.
Traveling by plane is transportation. Traveling by ship, that's traveling. And everything is provided for, excellent service, excellent food, entertainment. So it's a very relaxing way for a vacation.
This cruise lines is like, we are very well known for a 6-star service. So whenever the guest comes, we try to know their name very nice. So if you know their name, we can give them proper service. And that's when they get to go back again and again. So if you go to sea, most of our guests are not the first time on this vessel. So they keep on coming every time.
The ports of Ghana by the middle of December have already hosted a total of 4 cruise ships and is expected to receive a few more before the end of the first quarter of 2025. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority hosted its annual Interdepartmental Carol competition under the theme Harmonizing the Joy of Christmas on Friday, December 20, 2024. The event successfully brought staff together, fostering employee inclusivity and a shared festive spirit across the organization. A total of 16 departments participated, showcasing their creativity and unity through inspiring renditions of popular Christmas carols. The director of the Port of Tema, Sandro Poku, graced the occasion, while the Harbour Master, Captain Bramo Oteria, led the Marine Operations Department for their performance.
2021, we thought it was our best year for volumes, but for the projections that we have, we are exceeding the 2021 year volumes. So kudos to everyone, and we know that the challenges, especially this weekend, when people are clearing their containers before Christmas, is going to be tough. So the terminals and logistics, everyone involved, please, let's get together and collaborate and make sure that our customers get their containers as quickly as possible.
The Security Department emerged as the overall winner of the competition, followed by the Golden Jubilee Terminal as first runner-up, and the Materials Department as second runner-up. The winners were awarded cash prizes and trophies, adding excitement to the healthy and lively competition.
Security and Golden Jubilee wowed us all. We were actually excited by their performances. In spite of the busy, schedules and the rotations and everything, but they were able to do very well. I think we have outdone ourselves. So it means that we have to go back to the drawing table and see what other things that we can roll on for the next year. So we are still thinking about it. Of course, we are going to do the ECOWAS competition next year, but we already have very exciting ideas, because after the program we met with the judges to do a review, and they've given us wonderful suggestions for the next year's competition.
Participants and attendees demonstrated their delight at the initiative, which perfectly ushered the staff body into the festive mood.
We wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year! Happy Shabbat!
All right, so those were happenings in the port and shipping industry in the course of the week. Indeed, we're now going for some international port and shipping news.
South Korea's Hanwha Group has finalized its $100 million acquisition of Philly Shipyard signaling plans to expand into U.S. naval defense contracting and commercial shipbuilding. Approved by the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, the acquisition was led by Hanwha Systems and Hanwha Ocean, bolstering Hanwha's global shipbuilding portfolio. Renamed Hanwha Philly Shipyard, the facility will now focus on advancing sustainable shipbuilding solutions under the leadership of newly appointed CEO David Kim. Philly Shipyard, established in 1997, on a former U.S. Navy site, has built half of the U.S.'s large Jones Act vessels since 2000 and is currently constructing MARA training ships, LNG-fueled container ships, and offshore wind installation vessels. Hanwha aims to leverage its expertise from Korea's Gwanggi Island shipyard to expand operations into defense and commercial markets, supported by recent U.S. Navy contracts. The acquisition also aligns with Hanwha's broader strategy to strengthen ties with the U.S. Navy, having hosted senior Navy officials in South Korea to showcase its capabilities. With its proven track record and Hanwha's backing, the shipyard is set to play a key role in advancing U.S. shipbuilding and defense objectives. Negotiations are ongoing between a local representative of a Chinese fishing vessel and Somali tribal elders after pirates seized the vessel off Somali's capital. Reports indicate the pirates are demanding $10 million for the release of the 18 crew members aboard the Taiwan-registered vessel. Initially labeled an armed robbery, the incident reportedly occurred in late November, with the pirates avoiding detection by frequently relocating the ship within Somali waters. Unconfirmed reports suggest the hijacking might have been an inside job, with onboard security guards allegedly collaborating with the pirates. The EU's Operation Atalanta confirmed armed individuals were aboard the vessel but reported no harm to the crew. Since the incident occurred within Somali territorial waters, local authorities are handling the case while Atalanta monitors the situation. Initial ransom negotiations reportedly began at $5 million, with offers from the owner's representatives climbing from $300,000 to $1 million, prompting the pirates to double their demand. Operation Atalanta has recorded 20 attacks in the region this year, alongside numerous unreported incidents. While its forces patrol the area, and promote safety measures for smaller vessels, this incident highlights the ongoing threat of piracy in the region. The fishing vessel, reportedly operating with an expired license, remains in captivity as negotiations continue.
All right, it's now time for us to take a look at the word or phrase of the day. And remember, the word or phrase of the day has been fashioned to bring you up to speed with the terminologies and jargons we use in the shipping industry. Now, today's phrase is maritime piracy. Maritime piracy.
Maritime piracy. The International Maritime Bureau defines piracy as the act of boarding any vessel with an intent to commit theft or any other crime, and with an intent or capacity to use force in furtherance of that act.
Now on to our health and safety tip for the week. And this week we have our health and safety tip, staying hydrated. Staying hydrated.
Staying hydrated. The amount of water you should drink depends on several factors, including your activity level, health, height, weight, and gender. Drink water or other fluids throughout the day and increase your intake if you are active. Choose healthy drinks. Swap sugary drinks for water. You can also add a slice of lemon or lime to water to improve the taste.
All right, so welcome. We are now zooming into our discussion proper tonight. And tonight we are taking a look at the role of the ECOWAS E-Certificate of Origin and its significance in intra-Africa trade. Now, barely a month ago, the ECOWAS Commission had cause to launch the E-Certificate of Origin, and this is supposed to boost trade, in Africa. Now, the one question that a lot of people ask is the fact that AFTA has come into being, and we are not seeing much of it, even as of now. There were initial challenges, and we were told that they were being worked on. We don't know what the state is at the moment, and whether Ghana and the rest of the community are fully participating and practicing this particular, policy. That's after the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. We don't know how it is being done at the moment, whether we are actually in business or not, the rest of Africa. And so if we are coming with the E-Certificate of Origin, we don't know what it is. We want to appreciate what it is and how it's going to help boost trade within, the ECOWAS region and all that. And so we have summoned a team this evening to help us digest and unpack what the E-Certificate of Origin is and what role it's supposed to play as far as intra-Africa trade is concerned. And so tonight it gives me pleasure to introduce to us our guests, Mr. Masood Balibaz Musa. Masood Balibaz Musa. Yes, it's a revenue officer at the Customs Division, Ghana Regional Authority, who is right here in the studios with us. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Thank you. Good evening.
Awesome. Also joining us via Zoom tonight is Madam Ni Yamiogo, Aisata Kofi Ni Yamiogo, Principal Program Officer, Tariff and Customs Procedures at the ECOWAS Commission. If you can hear me, ma'am, good evening, and thank you so much for obliging us and joining us here on our report tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome, great. And also joining us is Mr. Charles Arthur Ntri, who is the head of export, Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Charles Arthur Ntri. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Awesome, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening.
We're grateful that you've joined us.
I can hear you very well.
Great, thank you very much. So let me begin with you, Madam Aisata Kofi Niyamyogo from the ECOWAS Commission. If you can tell us what necessitated the launch of the E-Certificate of Origin in the first place?
The Certificate of Origin is the main document that will enable a community goods, meaning that a community good coming from ECOWAS, made in ECOWAS, to move duty-free within our community. So it's with the Certificate of Origin that you can prove that, and you can cross all the 15 member states with it. Now, we have decided that with the long process to acquire this document, it's time now to use the IT system to fast-track movement of those goods. This is the system that we have in our region that we call the ETLS, the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme that we have. So we use the electronic certificate of origin today to fast-track movement of goods and to reduce all the waste of time to authenticate the paper document that we used to have, and then to make sure that human being intervention is really reduced. So this is the main reason why we are now moving to automate this document, very important document for our community indeed.
What was the challenge, using the previous, manual model or the hard copy, so to speak? Were there any challenges that you identified that necessitated you to shift to the e-certificate?
Indeed. With the manual procedures, the economic operator in our community was to sign the document and carry it himself to the Chamber of Commerce if he is in an Anglophone country, or the Ministry of Industry if he's in Francophone countries, because we have two different structures. So once he carried the document himself to that structure, the structure will sign physically, and he will still carry again the document, go to customs in the same country, submit it for a visa for customs. Before now, the document becomes valid to export. But once he does that, he's now supposed to print that document and send it to the importing country, for the importer of the importing country to now submit it to customs and benefit from preferential treatment, meaning that to have the goods coming duty-free in the importing country. So you see how this process can be long and cumbersome and even frustrating, and at the end of the day create and in fact trigger doubt in the whole process. So in view of this, and to facilitate movement of these goods and reduce those cumbersome movement, we decided to cut human intervention with the e-certificate of origin. From now on, with the e-certificate of origin, we've automated the whole process. The exporter will stay in his house, sign the document in the system, send it to the structure in charge of the certificate of origin, Chamber of Commerce in Ghana, for example. They will sign the document and transmit directly to customs, up to customs now to sign it digitally and transfer it to the customs of importing country. So you notice that I've shortened the process from the manual to the electronic version. So now the process will also only be from customs of exporting country to the customs of importing countries. That will drastically reduce the fraud that we were facing previously, and indeed engender the transparency and the confidence moving the goods in the serene environment, and customs will not waste time in trying to authenticate the document, the certificate of origin that is at its place, because it has already been done through the system from the exporting country to the importing country. And we created in ECOWAS, we created a hub, and it's in that hub that all customs of all the member states will be able to fetch the information on the certificate of origin. And this system is a secured system in place to enable all our customs administrations to communicate and have the right information about the goods.
I'll be coming back to you. And when I come to you, I want you to tell us what the state of trade within the ECOWAS region is at the moment. And let me move straight to Mr. Authority, who is also online. And find out from you, I understand the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry was quite instrumental in the launch of this particular e-certificate of origin. Why is that? You seem to have placed a lot of premium on it.
Yes, thank you very much. And I want to extend sincere greetings from our president, Stephen Yeza, to the listeners. Yes, Chamber of Commerce, we are the competent authority when it comes to ECOWAS Certificate of Origin.
Right. And
when they started, we are part of it since they started about 3 years ago. So this is a very good opportunity for us to be there and also look at what is going to happen, because it's a very good platform that is going to help us a lot. Because, before, when sometimes exporter export goods to another country, sometimes they will say that they have to verify the certificate before.
Right.
And that alone can take about 1 week. And this platform, it will be easy verifying it, and then the goods can be. So it's going to facilitate trade in ECOWAS region. So that is why we're part of it, and it's very, very good platform, very good initiative that ECOWAS has taken. Thank you.
Would you? That means that you are talking about the elimination of delays. Because you made mention of the fact that sometimes just verification alone could take up to 1 week. That's 7 days. And so, you are eliminating delays. I said I was going to come back and ask Madam Aissata what the level of trade, within the ECOWAS region is. And since you are practitioners, active practitioners on the field, I want to find out from you, what's the level of trade within ourselves as ECOWAS?
ECOWAS, yes, we are doing very well, especially, when you come to the 4 main countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal. I think trade is moving on well. But as Madam Aissata said, sometimes there are some trade barriers. And this is one of them that they are trying to remove. So we are trading, but if you are able to remove those barriers such as this one, it will help us to boost intra-Africa trade, or ECOWAS here trade more among ourselves better. Because if you look at the SMEs, sometimes SMEs, they find it difficult exporting their product because of these kind of things. But if you are able to remove them, and it's so easy getting your certificate, it's so easy the importer clearing the goods duty-free, you see that it will encourage the SMEs to export more or trade more in ECOWAS here.
For us in Ghana, what are the expected benefits we are supposed to reap from the introduction and launch, so to speak, of the ECOWAS Certificate of Origin? But let me go to Madam Aissata, and if you can hear me, and find out from you what the level of trade within the ECOWAS region is at the moment.
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Right.
Actually, indeed, we have received a high number of requests for companies within our community to, producing community goods. And I can say that peak started from COVID. We thought, with COVID, you notice that to import goods from third countries it was very tough then. So this is where we've noticed that company exists in our countries, and they have the capacity to produce for our community. And this started with the pharmaceutical products. We definitely needed some goods that were even available between mainly two countries, Nigeria and Ghana. And then we have also, as for goods for everyday goods, such as juice or drinks or whatever beverages, everything was available, to the extent that this pushed us to even amend our common external tariff, the tariff in our community,
right?
Because we have the capacity to produce. For example, in Guinea, in Benin, Today they can produce the concentrate of pineapple concentrate. So the companies can even afford buying it in the community in Benin, and then transform and have the type of juice or mixed juice that they want in our region. Same for palm oil. We have the capacity. So indeed, it's doing great, and we have other products like paints or cement and even fertilizer. So honestly, we are doing great, and that's the reason why we are going ahead in automating it, and very soon we'll be able to have our own statistics.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Not the one coming from external partners, but our own statistics on the movement of community goods basic.
Great. Still stay with us. We'll be coming back to you. And you're responding to the question about the expected benefits that Ghana as a country, is supposed to reap from the introduction of the certificate of origin for ECOWAS.
Okay, thank you. As I was explaining earlier, as mentioned by the previous Madam Aissata and then Mr. Ntiri, when you look at the automation, it enables us to process the applications faster. So exporters or the importers will have faster processing time.
Yes.
And then when you consider the cost of doing business, the movement of those exporters from one place to another for signing or approving will be eliminated. So at the comfort of your own place, you can sit, apply, and you be able to have it approved without that additional cost and then movement. And then it's kind of user-friendly in the sense that you don't kind of admit or face those challenges in terms of the movement, and the system too is kind of user-friendly.
We speak to people that are in Ghana's transit trade, and they tell us about the myriad of challenges they face on the routes, in the corridor when they, move around and all that. And these challenges are sometimes things that they think that shouldn't even arise at all. If, as a rational person, if you sit back and look at sometimes the delays that they encounter in terms of, just trying to rectify one document or the other, and all those things. I wonder, from your side, coming from Ghana, if you have taken time to find out what some of these issues are and how you are getting them ameliorated so that we can effectively support this certificate of origin for ECOWAS so that we can have very smooth trade. Because one of the overarching objectives, we are told, is for trade facilitation. That is why it's
one of our
absolutely,
rules.
Yes.
Okay. So when you look at when you are talking about the transit corridor, yes, automation actually helps in some of these things, because there are times that maybe if a particular document, or you have a document that is not approved or signed, and you happen to pass it on to someone who is supposed to accompany the goods to another place, and it's found out at the other side that something has to be done, or someone has to approve it. Look at the distance that you've gone, and you have to come back. But if it's automation, the officer there will have to check it in the system. Yourself, you will see it that is approved or not in the system. So the officer will just sit there and approve it, because one of our role is also to check that the consignment at the point of exit matches what is on the e-certificate. So the officer there will do that. So yes, it will also enable us to somehow reduce those kind of complaints.
All right, so let me come to Mr. Ntiri and find out from you. Madam Aissata made mention of the fact that some of the products or commodities that we trade in, within the region include fruit juices, pineapple, pineapple is fertilizer, cement, and all that. What, from your membership as the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, many of you, what are the commodities you export from our country?
Okay. So thank you very much. Yes. So the commodities that we export mainly, we have tiles, we have rubber products. We have like drinks, alcoholic drinks, soft drinks. As I said, rubber products like the polytanks, the small packaging materials, we export them to other countries. So if you know a company like, we have a tiles company in Takoradi, we have Wankan, and then we have Keda, Ghana Limited. They all produce tiles and they export a lot to West Africa countries. And these are the products that lead, yes. And if you look at products like the pineapple and then the juice that Madama Isata was talking about,
yes,
you will see that those products more goes to Europe, not into West Africa country.
Right.
Yes, and then the other countries. When you come to like carbonated drinks, and then the alcoholic drinks, that one it goes to the ECOWAS market.
So when you talk about alcoholic drinks, you're talking about the Casaprecos, the Alomo bitters, the Origin bitters, and all those ones,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and then
yes.
you mentioned that
we export a lot
the drinks, the fruit
Nigeria
juices.
and the other countries.
Okay, you mentioned the fruit juices as well, going to Europe and all that, and I'm sure you're talking about Blue Skies. Is Blue Skies your member?
Yes. So Blue Sky exports a lot to European countries.
I know they export every day on a daily basis.
Yes. That's one of them.
So in terms of profitability, how is the e-certificate of origin for ECOWAS going to help you, become much more profitable? An example.
Okay. So the e-certificate, is going to remove origin fraud. Sometimes some of the products may not qualify, but they will forge the certificate to shows that the origin of the product is Ghana. So those products, when it goes and then the importing country or customs, they don't verify. It means that it's going through. But the e-certificate, if you are not registered your product under ECOWAS, you cannot export. Your application will not go through. So it's going to eliminate that.
But who are these people that normally forge these certificates? Claiming the origin of the goods are Ghanaian, or is Ghanaian?
We have some bad business people or agents who try to do other things. So sometimes the company, the product, the origin of the product is not Ghana. Maybe they've imported from other place, but they are trying to export it into the ECOWAS market.
Yes.
But when you go through the normal process, you will not get approval for that.
Right.
You will not get the ECOWAS approval. So they will find a way, like ways of getting it there. So sometimes they will forge the certificate and then export. So this e-certificate actually is going to eliminate those ones.
Those people who do these things, are they Ghanaians or they are from the other nationals from other countries?
You see, one thing is that one document that sometimes you will find it difficult getting the people is a certificate of origin. Certificate of origin, whatever certificate that you produce, you will send it to the importing country.
Right.
So if they don't bring it for us to verify, it will be difficult for you to know the person. So you will not know the person. Yes. So if they bring it for you, the exporting country to verify, that is where we will see that this company is doing that, or this agent is doing that. So it's very, very difficult. So we are hopeful that this electronic certificate actually is going to eliminate that one completely from the system, because it's one of the things that we have been fighting for. Because sometimes it's very, very difficult, and then even the customs, sometimes they forge even customs documents.
Wow.
So it's very difficult identify those people.
Okay. So let me come to Mr.
Yes. And sometimes those people who do those things, even they don't have office. They don't have office anywhere. So it's sometimes difficult
to trace or locate them. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Right. Mr. Balbaz, he mentioned the fact that sometimes people are able to forge your documents. How rife or how rampant is this?
I won't say it's that rampant, but like he said, we've been seeing some of those
forged
documents coming in, and then as part of our role, we verify those certificates on the ETLS portal.
Yes.
So because on that you have to look out for the HS of the product, and then the product registration number and all those things. So when those certificates come in, customs rejects those certificates.
And do you have mechanisms of detecting, that these are actually genuine and these are forged?
Yes, so ECOWAS has provided a platform for verifying the products. Because, for example, in Ghana, if you are going to participate, you will be registered as a company, and the product too will be registered.
Yes.
So on the ECOWAS platform, the products are there for you to verify. So customs has access to that platform. That's the ETLS portal provided by ECOWAS. So we can verify those things on the platform.
Right. Okay. So let me go back to Madam Yamyogo and find out from you. Now, the e-certificate of origin for ECOWAS has been launched, thanks to you. We want to find out from you, have you trained and equipped the customs administrations in the sub-region to be able to effectively help with the processes and to ensure that the implementation is smooth?
Yes. You see, this. That we had the four member states as pilot state: Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire.
Right.
And indeed, we needed to have customs administrations with us to make sure that we work together, and we have customs cooperations and mutual assistance. So with these pilot projects since 2019, we've been able to bring them all together to create or to put in place this certificate of origin. And I must say that this certificate of origin, electronic certificate of origin, is based on our automated transit system.
Yes.
SIGMAT, that you should know that it's within the region. And SIGMAT is working already. So goods from one state to another is tracked. So it was easy for us to integrate the e-certificate of origin into this system, this hub in place already, to enable customs officers to get used to the system. And those customs officers or customs administration in this pilot project, you will notice that those four member states are the four member states that have different customs systems. So we needed to come up together and make sure that all the systems can read each other. And from the system, we can now extend them to the other member states easily. And those member states that were part of the pilot project will assist the Commission to train as well their colleagues.
Right.
So this is the next step for next year, where we are going to bring them all together and train them on, of course, the e-certificate of origin. And of course, it will be transit part, because we have some member states some corridors where we have transit. So it's all in in one, and we are coming, of course, with additional system, the transit guarantee system that is going also to be automated. So this hub that we've created is going to be central for all movement of our goods. I mean, the automation of all the custom system in our region, per se.
Have you given the countries timelines to implement the e-certificate of origin?
We've already worked on the roadmap. We've adopted we adopted the roadmap in November, with all the other member states. And actually what we are going to do is we did, in fact, try to know the level of automation at national level for each of our member states. And based on that, we will know where member states that need support from which area, if it's from the exporter to the competent authority that issued the certificate of origin, or from the competent authority to customs. So we are available to support all our member states to automate the whole system. And by next year, we should be done with all our member states. And we have tried also, we've tested the system with the pilots. Member states, I think it's working very well. So from Q1 next year, you will have the real goods moving between the 4 first member states. Then for sure we'll extend it to the other member states. We wish that by next year, end of next year, we are done with the 15 member states. As far as we are concerned, that's the target, and we are really pushing for that because we really want to make sure that our goods are moving easily in the region, and there is no bottleneck that we ourselves are creating, because this whole process is from us. So with the movement, the e-certificate of origin for sure, and the transit system that has been automated, we want to really move forward and make our community exporters relax and do their trade in a serene environment, and secured, of course.
Right. You made mention of the fact that you, as part of measures to roll out and to come up with a roadmap for implementation of the certificate of origin for ECOWAS, you had to measure the level of automation in the respective, member countries. Can you tell us what Ghana's situation looks like in terms of automation?
Ghana was among the first, actually. We took from Ghana. And then we went with the 3 others, and then Ghana is part of the pilot member states. And Ghana was very far because from when we started, the exporter to the competent authority was already automated.
Right.
And the competent authority now issuing the certificate of origin to customs, that was the little bit left, and we just arranged it. It was easier in Ghana, per se. I must admit that it was easier in Ghana.
All right.
To do the work,
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we'll be coming back to you. Please don't go. We are. This is our report here on Metropolitan Television. Tonight we are taking a look at the e-certificate of origin, its role in Intra-Africa trade. That's for ECOWAS. It was launched barely a month ago, and we're speaking to Madam Aissata Kofini Amiogo, Principal Program Officer, Tariff and Customs Procedures, ECOWAS Commission. She's the one just left your screen a couple of minutes ago, just a while ago. We also have in the studios Mr. Masood Bali Baz Musa, who is the Revenue Officer, Customs Division, Ghana Revenue Authority. Also on the line, joining us via Zoom, is Mr. Charles Arthur Ntri, Head of Export, Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They are the 3 individuals or guests we are having this evening for this particular beautiful discussion. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with the show. Please do stay with us.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes.
Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243-690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
All right, welcome back. This is Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Tonight we are taking a look at the role of the ECOWAS E-Certificate of Origin and how it can help impact intra-Africa trade. We're having in our studios tonight Mr. Masood Bali Baz Musa, who is the Revenue Officer, Customs Division, Ghana Revenue Authority. Also joining us via Zoom, Madam Aissata Kofi Yamiogo, Principal Program Officer, Tariff and Customs Procedures at the ECOWAS Commission, and indeed Mr. Charles Arthur Entry, Head of Export, Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So let me start with you, but I've been told we can activate the phone lines in case you have questions for any of our guests with particular reference to the topic tonight. The number to dial is, will be shown on your screen today, just a couple of minutes. Yeah, okay, it's right there, 0245-834980, 0245-834980. You can call and contribute to the discussion. Remember, the WhatsApp line is also still active. You can send your messages, which I'll be sharing them with the rest of the world. So let me come to you and start with you, Mr. Antri, from the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I want to find out from you, are you on target to meet the timelines for implementation? Madam Yamiogo indicated that there's a roadmap for implementation. Are you on course?
Yes, we are on course. As he said, when they started, about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they came to Ghana to come and look at what we have done. And as he said, we just need a few things that we have to do. So I'm sure when we start, by the end of January, we'll be able to do everything and start the implementation. So we are very, very on course.
That's fine. And your membership are, so enthused about this particular thing, because I understand that Ghana is the first, or ECOWAS is the first in Africa to automate this e-certificate of origin. And like I intimated earlier, you guys played a very, very, significant role in getting it done. How does that feel?
Yeah. Yes, we are, the members are very happy about it because, especially as I said earlier, the SMEs, to go through the manual process is very, very tedious for them. So this e-certificate is going to help them a lot. So they are very, very happy about this. And then we are hoping that in January, we do some small sensitization on this e-certificate, and then we'll take it up.
All right. Mr. Balibaz, are you ready to roll out as Customs Ghana?
In collaboration with our service providers, that's Ghana Link Network Services.
Right.
The system, I would say, yes, we are ready.
And so it will be smooth sailing all the way?
Yes, I would say that. Yes.
All right. Okay. So let me come to Madam Yamiogo once again and find out from you. We're told that this is the first, of its kind in Africa. Is that right?
Yes, indeed, and we are very proud.
And how does that feel?
We are very proud because we came from far. Like Charles said, that we started this journey long ago, and it was not easy, but at least we made it. And we are very happy for ourselves and also for the region first, and for Africa, because we know that now others can. We are available to assist others and let them use the system we put in place. And yes, our pride. We did it ourselves with our own IT experts, customs officers, made in ECOWAS.
Yeah, did I hear Mr. Ntri smiling in the background?
Yes.
All
yes.
Right. Okay.
As you say, we are very, very happy about this, and we are very, very proud. It's the custom IT. They came together, and then the competent authority. All of us work together, and then we are able to achieve this. Right. So we are very, very happy about it.
Right. Okay, so I'm still staying with you, Madam Yamiogo, to find out from you how you foresee the electronic certificate of origin influencing the larger or broader goal of regional economic integration within the African continental free trade area, within AFTA.
Yes, as I was saying, AFTA is the whole community, the REX, economic community in Africa. So they build on what we have already. So coming first with this electronic certificate of origin, for sure we have our contact with the AFCFTA Secretariat and also other RECs like Eastern Africa and SADC that are really interested in the system, and they want to know exactly how we came out with this. So we are open, and we are ready to share with our knowledge with our brothers from all part of Africa.
Okay. We are going to the message box, the inbox right now to pick up some messages from some of our viewers. This one is Abba from Takwa. Abba says, will there be any targeted support for SMEs to adopt the system? Can the man from the Chamber of Commerce help with a response, please? Mr. Ntiri.
Yes, please.
Yes, Abba is asking, Abba from Takwa is asking,
Yes. So, if you need any help, we have office in Takwa, we have office in Takoradi, Cape Coast, Tema, Accra, Wa, Kumasi. So you can go to any of them, and then we'll be able to support you to do that. Right. And then you can also go to Ghana Customs. They will also help you to do whatever that you want to do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. This one says, Timmy Fofana in Paga says, a great topic for discussion and good submissions from all the guests. Kudos, Iron Port. I want to find out what measures are being taken to ensure that internet connectivity and digital literacy challenges, especially in rural areas, do not hinder the success of the e-certificate system. Mr. Balabaz, you want to provide a response? He says, what measures are being taken to ensure that internet connectivity and digital literacy challenges, especially in rural areas, do not hinder the success? Sometimes we hear these tablets that accompany these trucks to the landlocked countries. Sometimes they get there and then they say the battery is dead, there's no internet, all those challenges. How are we going to ensure that these do not happen?
When you look at most of all our custom points or offices, we have the network connectivity provided by our service provider.
Okay, so we'll come back for that response. But for now, let's go on to the phone lines and welcome Kelvin, who's calling us from Accra. Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you, sir. Please
shoot. I'm just I'm watching your program. Please, that is I want to know where we can get the e-certificate and the costs are involved, please.
Okay, so I think that customs, you go to customs, they'll be able to help you, right, Mr. Balbaz?
Okay, I go to customs to make an inquiry. Is it the custom self-set portal or where will I go? Which department of the custom, please?
Now it will be online.
No, please listen to him. He's responding to you. Yes.
Okay.
So when it is launched, the form, or just as it's done manually,
yes,
the form will be there for the exporters to apply or fill online, submit, that will go to chamber.
Right.
So on the platform, that is the ICOMS system to provide that access. So when it is launched, that will be provided.
So the fellow will first of all access the form on the ICOMS platform,
yes,
fill it and submit, and it will go to the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes. So normally, what happens is that we have the authorized agencies that have access, or if it is that you are a self-declarer, that have access to the system.
Yes.
You have the section that when you are doing the certificate of origin, you go, then you apply. By then, you should be registered. You should be a registered exporter on the system before then we can have your details, and then your rep will have access to the form to apply online.
Right. Okay. Those of you who are calling the WhatsApp line, please don't call that. The number you have to call is on the screen. It's 0245 834980. 0245 834980. So you were responding to the issues of internet connectivity and all that, and the challenges that we need to safeguard so that we don't hinder the success of the implementation of the e-certificate.
So what I was saying is, our offices around the country, we have internet connectivity provided by the service provider.
Right.
If it is in respect to the applicant, that I believe will not be a situation where we will be able to, should I say, manage.
Yeah.
Because as an applicant, maybe if it is your device and internet connectivity that you are submitting and you have internet challenges, we will not be in the position to say we are taking measures to make sure that your internet is safe. Because where you are, you look out for the network provider that gives you the best internet, then you can send. But when it comes to our systems, we've tried to make sure that internet service is provided.
Okay. Madam Aisata, let me come to you and find out, do you have a response? Would you provide a response to the fears being expressed by one of our viewers, Timmy Fofana in Paga? He's talking about the fact that he's hopeful that internet connectivity and digital literacy challenges, especially in rural areas, will not hinder the success of the e-certificate system. Are they fears you share?
As Masood said, I think Ghana is ready for that. And for the region, we are always ready to support as well our member states. So if there are any challenges, we will be there and make sure that this shouldn't be. But our IT, the way they are working on, they are trying their best that even if we have internet challenges, we are able to keep doing the work, and we are handed it to the mobile ECU as well, electronic certificate of origin as well. So they are all into the, they thought about it, and it's in the program, and then to improve it as we are moving forward.
Right. There's this question for you. It says, hi, Madam Aisata. How can the public track the progress and success of this initiative? Will ECOWAS publish reports or updates on its impact?
Oh, we have to, and we do that regularly. You can have this information on the ETLS website, of course, that the portal that Masood was referring to. You can have it on ECOWAS website, and of course, we have our regional statutory meetings where we give the president of the commission gives reports on the movement of the progress of the work being done by the commission. So for sure we'll have it, and then you will notice it because you're going to start it when Ghana will start sending Ghana will start sending the goods to another member states, and you will do the work. You will fill the certificate of origin from your house. You will know that we have started for sure, because they will not even give you room to go for the paper again. That's where we are heading to.
Right, awesome. And he continues, this Frederick in Swedru, he says, also, how soon can we expect all ECOWAS member states to fully adopt and operationalize the e-certificate of origin? I think you responded to that, but for his sake, maybe he's just tuning in. So if you can update us again on how soon we are expected to adopt and operationalize it.
So for the 4 pilot member states, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire, it will be Q1 of next year, by God's grace. And the other 15 member states, by end of the year, we will have them complete. But this is how we split, because we started with the pilot member states, and we will make sure that by March we are done with the test, and then we go live. So the 15 will be end of year, by God's grace.
15th? Or is that end of year? Okay, all right.
End of the year, 2025, yes.
Right, okay. Okay, so now let's take a look at the ETLS, the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, and its role in monitoring the effectiveness or effective implementation of the e-certificates of origin.
The e-certificate of origin is the document that is the proof of origin of the ETLS goods. So for sure, if you have the ETLS goods, you need the certificate of origin. So now we are moving from the paper to the electronic certificate of origin. And indeed, we have the task force of ETLS.
Yes.
So the task force also will be right behind us to make sure that there is no abuse of the e-certificate of origin, or else the chairman of the task force, who is His Excellency Dr. Ibn Chambers Mohammed, will be taking the case to the highest level in case we have any non-respect of the text of the legal text of this e-certificate of origin that is coming in the region. Yes, they will monitor it very well.
Okay, awesome. Please, we are not going yet. Please still stay with us. Let me go to Mr. Intri and find out from you whether you share in the fears of, because I seem to want to agree with Temi Fofana Impaga, who is afraid that internet connectivity issues may derail the progress we want to achieve as far as the e-certificate of origin is concerned. Are there fears that you also share in, or you think that we can mitigate it and move on?
Oh, I don't think it's an issue in Ghana. For the past 4 years or 5 years, we have been issuing e-certificate, not e-certificate, but we have automated our system.
Yes.
So the only thing that's right now, because the rest, when you are applying for the certificate, going through the Chamber of Commerce, going to custom, is going to be the same. So only thing that we are going to add is that when custom approves the document, it will move to the e-hub, the ECOWAS hub that they have created.
Yes.
Then it will move to the importing country. So it is going to be the same thing that we have been doing. So so far we don't have a major challenge unless our service provider has issue and they cannot apply. But if not, we will not have that issue at all.
Right. Okay. So as a chamber, what are some of the apart from this issue that you have sought to address? That's with the e-certificate and all that. What are some of the other challenges that hinder your operation smoothly as practitioners on the field?
Actually, we need to educate our members very well. I know the certificate of origin is not only for our members; it's for everybody.
Absolutely.
If you want to export, you will need certificate of origin. So we need to educate them what to do. Sometimes their agent will apply for certificate, and then we have to query it because of something that they didn't do it right. So we've started education on that. So we are trying to educate them more so that they will understand, especially this e-certificate coming, we'll be able to understand it. And then we also want to, those at the borders, there are some agents at the borders processing document for those in the sometimes Accra, Takoradi. So sometimes we have some issue with those agents, and we are still trying to educate them so that they will do things right. And apart from that, I think things are okay. And earlier thing that I said, we also need to educate them concerning origin fraud. You know, the origin fraud, we in Ghana here will not know that people are doing it, because when the certificate goes and it doesn't come back, it will be difficult for us to verify.
Yeah.
But we always try to educate them concerning that, because when you do that and then we arrest you, we are not going to look at who did it. Maybe an agent or the person who did it, but is the company, the exporting company, that will hold responsible.
Right.
So we try to educate them and then make sure that they do things right.
All right. Let me come to Mr. Balbaz and tell you what your expectations as Customs Administration is of the practitioners to ensure that this whole thing is smooth. Are there any expectations you have of them?
Yes. One thing has to do with the agency at times when they are applying for this certificate.
Okay.
There are times that the application of the certificate is just when the product is going to be exported.
Okay.
Or even you have situations where they will come and tell you that the product is already there.
Okay. It's already at the country of export.
Import.
The destination.
Yes.
Okay.
So now, if there is any issue with the certificate and it's going to be rejected, you see that the exporter will have challenges. And,
absolutely.
You know, custom is to facilitate legitimate trade.
Yes.
And it is our joy to see more of our products being exported. So when we have a situation where you just come, either when you are doing the export or even when the product is there, the delay will now be transferred to customs. Outside there, that customs is delaying my application, which is not.
Right.
So yes, sensitization, it's very important.
Very key.
Yes, in this thing. And then it looks as if sometimes, I don't know whether some of the exporters don't know of the facility or of the agreement.
Yes.
So yes, sensitization to help us.
Sensitization and education is very key.
Very key.
Right, and so they should begin the process very early.
Yes.
Not wait until the product is ready and about to be exported, then they
come in
rush.
for.
Even they need it quickly.
Some of them even not at the point of coming for the certificate of origin, but even registering as an exporter.
Exporter, okay.
Register as an exporter, because you register as an exporter where your products will be validated, or the company. Before now, you have the access to apply for the certificate. But even at the point of export or registering as an exporter, the product is already gone.
Right.
Then maybe I sometimes just want to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe the person doesn't know of it. He has exported, and then the one importing says, okay, there's this facility that I will enjoy maybe zero duty. Then they say, oh, okay, then now he's coming in. So sometimes, yes, that happens.
Mr. Antiri, are you sure you are having enough education or sensitization of the public, especially prospective exporters who would want to be members of your, chamber? Because he is indicating that sometimes people do not know their left from right in terms of registering as an exporter. And that's the first step if you want to, join this game or this trade.
We are having the sensitization. But the issue that we have is that sometimes you will send the invitation that you are having a program on this sensitization.
Yes.
And the people that will come, sometimes is those down there who are not going to apply for certificate for the companies. Those people will come. So you take them through the process, and when they are applying or when they are about to use it, it's not those people who are going to work on. So that's the challenge that we have. Sometimes you will invite the exporters to come, and then the things that we want the exporters to know, we invite them, but they will tell their agent for them to come. And when they come, yes, we'll give the information to the agent, but there are some information that we want the exporters to know. You see, when you are doing business, especially international trade, you, the exporter, you should make sure that there are some information that you should know, so that even if you appoint somebody to do something for you and then the person is not doing it right, you'll be able to direct the person to do things right.
Right, yeah.
But, when we invite them, sometimes they will not come. So, but we'll continue to do that this coming year. That is one of our things that we want to do. So we'll try and do more sensitization. We'll work with customs and do more sensitization on especially the e-certificate that has come.
So,
thank you.
So before we let you go, how does one become a member of your chamber?
Okay. So if you are a registered company in Ghana, if you registered your company with Registrar General, you can become a member of the chamber. So if you want to be a member, please go to Registrar General, register, and come to chamber. We'll give you a form, you complete it, and then we take it from there. And please, you have to know that export is not only the chamber members, it's all exporters. So if you want to export, you hope that you come and register with chamber. But if you are not going to register with chamber, still you can come to our office. We'll support you to do your exports right.
And how different is your chamber from the Importers and Exporters Association?
The chamber is registered, registered ally. Is the Ghana government who established Chamber of Commerce. It's the only association established by ally.
Right.
And the one that you are talking about, I don't think is established by ally.
Right.
But we are all associations. But we do more for our members and then those who want to do business especially export their products in, outside the country. So the importers and exporters, if they need, the Import and Export Association, if they need certificate of origin, they will come to chamber.
To chamber, okay.
But yes, they will come to chamber. And then sometimes, you know, and one thing that you have to know is that Chamber of Commerce is not only ECOWAS certificate that we issue.
Right.
We issue a number of certificates of origin, and then we also try to support those free trade agreements.
Right.
We try to help our members to take advantage of free trade agreements, like the Africa Continental Free Trade.
Yeah.
We have the ETLS. We have AGUA, the African Growth and Opportunity Act.
Yeah.
And then we have the EPA, Economic Partnership Agreement.
Right.
And then the Ghana-UK partnership agreement too is there. So we try to educate them so that they take advantage of those free trade agreements.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much indeed. Let me wrap up with Madam Yamiogo and find out from you what your expectations of, you know, the stakeholders are, both customs and, you know, the chamber and the practitioners in general.
Yeah, we are counting on our structure in each member states, like Chamber of Commerce, ministries, and customs per se, customs specifically, to train the stakeholders and then to sensitize all traders about the A certificate of origin coming into force very soon. And indeed, we must precise that the certificate of origin applies only to transformed goods, industrial goods.
Right.
Knowing that in our community, agricultural goods don't need certificate of origin. Once we know that the goods is made in Ghana, for example, the tomatoes going to Burkina Faso, we don't request for certificate of origin.
Right.
But if you have a transformed goods leaving one state to another, we really are we are improving that area to make sure that community goods are really moving duty-free in our region with no tracasseries, if we can put it that way.
Right.
We really hope that customs will, the Chamber of Commerce in Ghana will really assist on that.
Right. Thank you very much indeed, Madam Aissata Kofi Yamiogo, Principal Program Officer, Tariff and Customs Procedures at the ECOWAS Commission. We are deeply grateful to you for obliging us and from speaking to us from your base in Nigeria. Also in the studios with us, Mr. Masood Balibaz Musa, who is a Revenue Officer, Customs Division, Ghana Revenue Authority. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us for tonight's discussion. And indeed, we'll say big thanks to Mr. Charles Arthur Ntri, Head of Export, Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, for also obliging us and joining us for the discussion tonight. We are grateful to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we draw the curtain on tonight's edition of Our Report here on Metropolitan Television. We invite you to watch the abridged version of Our Report on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Ghana Television. God willing, next week we shall bounce back with another wonderful edition of your favorite Iron Port. We want to say big thanks to our sponsors, Ghana Revenue Authority, Well PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, and indeed, Phoenix Insurance. My name is Kennedy Mona. We wish you a super week ahead. We entreat you to keep watching the rest of our programs here, and we shall see you next week, God willing. Have a blessed week ahead.